Good evening, my dear students. I welcome you all to this session. Today, we are going to learn a very interesting chapter of your English language, that is direct and indirect speech, which is also known as reported speech and narration. So, before going to this topic, let us know what is direct and indirect speech. What do we mean by this? So, the words we spoken by a person can be reported in two ways, that is direct and indirect. So when we quote the exact words spoken by a person, we call it direct speech. For example, Sohan said to Mohan, I am going to school. It is in direct speech. But the exact words spoken by Sohan are put within an inverted commas. But when we give the substance of what Sohan said, it is called as the indirect speech. For example, Sohan told Mohan that he was going to school. So when we take a sentence, we must know about what is the reporting clause and what is the reported speech. So as we take the example, Sohan told Mohan that he was going to school. The words which generally come before the inverted commas are called as the reporting clause. Which comes before the inverted commas, that is known as the reporting clause. That is, Sohan said to Mohan. And the verb said is called as the reporting verb. And the words spoken by Mohan and put within the inverted commas are known as the reported speech. For example, I am going to school. Sohan told Mohan, this is known as the reporting clause. Said is known as the reporting verb. And I am going to school, it is known as the reported speech. So always remember the words which put inside or within the inverted commas are known as the reported speech. So rules for changing direct speech into indirect speech. So there are 5 rules. There are 5 rules for changing direct speech into indirect speech. So in the indirect speech, no inverted commas are used. In the indirect speech, no inverted commas are used. The most important thing. Second thing, the conjunctions that, if or whether are generally used as the reporting verb. Third one, the first word of the reported speech always begins with a capital letter. Okay? And the fourth one, the tense of the reporting verb is never changed. The tense of the reporting verb is never changed. And the last rule, that is the fifth rule, the reporting verb changes according to the sense. It may be told, asked, or we can say inquired, advised, commanded, etc. Nouns. So how can we change the pronouns? The first one, the first person pronouns like I, me, my, you, we, us and our in the reported speech change according to the subject of the reporting verb. The first one. Second one, the pronouns of the second person like you and yourself in the reported speech change according to the object of the reporting verb. And the third one, the pronouns of the third person do not change. Means he remains he, she remains she, like that. So in case of change of pronouns, for example, I, then he and she. You, he, she, they. We, they. They will remain the same, that is they. He remains same, he. She remains same, she. It. Us, them. Our, their. His, her, its. Okay. So in case of change of pronoun, how we can change the pronouns, we will see with these examples. So first one, he said, I like the book. He said, I like the book. So third person remains the same. For example, he said that he liked the book. He said that he liked the book. Another example we can take. He said to me, do you like the book? He said to me, do you like the book? He asked me if I liked the book. Because here he said to me given. So question occurs here me and it will change into I. Then another example we can take. He said he likes the book. So he said that he liked the book. So next, that is changes in words expressing nearness, time and auxiliaries. Means this changes into that. These, those, now, then, here, there, today, that day, tomorrow, the next day, yesterday, the previous day, last night, the previous night. So like we have to change. Just then, in this way, we can change in words which expressing nearness, time and auxiliaries. The most important thing, that is change in tense. That is change in tense. So if the reporting verb is in present or the future tense, the tense of the reported speech is not changed. The most important thing is that if the reporting verb is in present or the future tense, then the tense of the reported speech is not changed. For example, you can take Satish says, I am flying a kite. Satish says, I am flying a kite. You can write here, Satish says that, or Satish tells that he is flying a kite. So here we will not change the tense in the reported speech. Okay. Another example we can say, Satish will say. Satish will say. The reporting verb is in simple future tense. Satish will say, I want a glass of milk. Satish will say that, or Satish will say that or tell that he wants a glass of milk. So here we should not use the verb of the, or should not use the tense of the reported speech if the reporting verb is in present tense or in the simple future tense. So while changing, when changing from direct to indirect speech, we need to change the tense. So verb tense formally usually need to change. The tense generally move backward in this way. Means how? Simple present tense, it will change into simple past tense. Present continuous tense, it will change into past continuous tense. Like present perfect, it will change into past perfect. Like past simple tense, it will change into past perfect tense. Remember again, past simple tense changes into past perfect tense. And past continuous tense, it will change into past perfect tense. Past perfect continuous tense. So, and another thing, always remember and keep in your mind that past perfect tense, the tense remain unchanged. There will be no change if the sentence is in past perfect tense. Okay? Then will change into would. Will be change into would be. Will have change into would have. And will have been would change into would have been. Like can, could, shall, should. So some other forms changes in direct speech. Like as I said, can into could. If the could is there, the verb remains unchanged. Remember, if could will be there, then the verb remains unchanged. Had to changes into had to. Must Must changes into to be. You can write must or you can write had to. Had to is more appropriate in this place. Then may changes into might. And remember again that might, the verb remains unchanged. And should, the same, the verb remains unchanged. The third thing is that if the direct speech expresses a universal fact or a universal truth or a habitual fact, so in this case the tense of the directed speech will not change. For example, he said honesty is the best policy. He said that, or he told that honesty is the best policy. He said the sun rises in the east. It is a universal truth. He said that, or he told that the sun rises in the east. So my dear students, let us take an habitual action. For example, Rakesh said, I am an early riser. So what will be the answer? Rakesh told that he is an early riser, or Rakesh said that he is an early riser. Another one we will take as the universal truth. For example, he said God is omnipresent. He told that God is omnipresent. So let us take another one, the universal truth. The teacher said the first World War started in 1914. So the teacher told that or said that the first World War started in 1914. So as we know children, while changing from direct to indirect speech, we will get a lot of differences when we are changing from one sentence to other sentences. For example, while you are changing the statement, the rules are different. As we know, there are 4 kinds of sentences. That is your first one, statement or assertive sentence. Next, that is question. And third, that is imperative sentences. And fourth, that is exclamatory sentences. So when we will change from direct to indirect speech, the rules differ, children. So first, we will discuss changing statements into indirect speech. So what are the rules? The first one, the reporting verb. The reporting verb said to is changed to told, replied or remarked. First thing, the reporting verb is not followed by an object if it is not changed. Okay, the second thing. Third thing, the inverted commas are removed. The conjunction that is used to connect the reporting clause with the reported speech. And what we will use? We will use there the conjunction that. Remember, the conjunction that we have to use. Okay, and the fourth thing, the rules for the change of pronouns tense must we have to follow. Like simple present, simple past. Present continuous, past continuous. Present perfect, past perfect. If it is simple past, then we will change into past perfect. Already we have discussed. So let us take some examples. First one, Ramu said, I saw a lion in the forest. So Ramu told that he had seen a lion in the forest. Second one, we can say, Satish said to me, I am very happy here. Satish told that he was very happy there. Here will change into there. If nearness, we have to change it to distance. Means here we have to write there. Okay. He said, I can do this work. He told that he could do that work. This will change into that. Again, the nearness words, we will make it a distance. Okay. So, based on these statements, changing statements into indirect speech, we will go with some exercises. Okay. And I need answers from my dear students in this comment section. So based on this, based on changing statements into indirect speech, based on this, we are going to solve some questions of your book, okay? So I need the answers you must give in this comment section. So the first question is on the board. That is, Rina said to Rima, I have something to show you. Okay? Rina said to Rima, I have something to show you. So I need the answers from your side, my dear students. So what will be the answer? The answer will be Rina told Rima that she had something to show her. She had something to show her. Okay? So next we will go to the next question. Okay? That is, he said, nothing grows in our garden. He said, nothing grows in our garden. Quick, my dear students. I need the answers. Quick. Okay, very good. He told that nothing grew in their garden. They told that, sorry my dear students. He told that nothing grew in his garden. Okay? And the third one, Joseph said to his mother, I want your permission. Okay? Then Joseph told his mother. If you are writing told his mother, it's good. Or you can write Joseph said to his mother that he wanted her permission. Okay? Very good, my dear students. Next, that is rules for the change of interrogative sentences, or which is also known as the questions. So, as we know, my dear students, there are three types of question. That is WH question, yes no question and question tag. So, what rules we have to follow when we are changing the questions into indirect speech? The first one, the reporting verb say is changed into ask and inquire. The first thing. The interrogative sentence changed into a statement by placing the subject before the verb and the full stop is put at the end of the sentence. Remember, question mark is removed. Second thing, and at last we have to put the full stop. And the third thing, if the interrogative sentence has a WH word like who, when, where, how, why, etc. So the WH word is repeated in the sentence and it serves as the conjunction in the sentence. So we should not use their that. The conjunction will be the same WH word. Remember these things. Then we will come to the yes no questions. But if the interrogative sentence is a yes no answer type question, means with auxiliaries like are, am, was, where, do, did, have, shall, etc. Then if or whether is used as a conjunction. The sentence that we should not use here. We will use here if or whether. So the auxiliaries do, does, did in a positive question in the reported speech are dropped. And the last thing, the conjunction that is not used after the reporting clause if we are changing the questions or interrogatives into indirect speech. Remember, my dear students, we should not use the conjunction that. So first we will take the example of WH words. For example, I said to him, where are you going? I said to him, where are you going? So what will be the answer? I asked him where he was going. And at last we must put the full stop, not the question mark. Okay? So next we will go with the yes no question. He said to me, will you go there? He said to me, will you go there? Then he asked me if or whether I would go there. And at last I will put only full stop, not the question mark. Okay? Then we will go with another one. My friend said to Deepak, okay, my friend said to Deepak, have you ever been to Agra? my friend asked Deepak if or whether he had ever been to Agra. Okay. So as you know that how is a word, it also go with the WH words. So like that, he said to me, how is your father? So the answer is, he asked me how my father was. I said to him, are you happy? I said to him, are you happy? I asked him whether or if he was happy. And we will take another example. He said to her, do you like apples? He asked her if she liked apples. So based on these interrogative sentences, okay, my dear students, based on these interrogative sentences, we will discuss 2 questions from your book, okay, or 3 questions, okay, 3 questions from your book, and I need the answers from your side in this comment section, okay. So first one, the question is in your board. He said to me, are you coming? He said to me, are you coming? Are you coming? It is a yes no question. So what we must use here? You must use your if or whether. The answer is, he asked me whether I was coming. And at last I have to put only full stop. Good. The second question is there on the board. That is, she said, did you see my brother yesterday? Did you see my brother yesterday? Then what will be the answer? She asked whether I had seen her brother the previous day. Okay. So Anil said to me, another question is there on the board. Anil said to me, what do you want? So the answer is yes, very good. Anil asked me what I wanted. What I wanted. Very good. So next, that is imperative sentences. Imperative sentences means request, command, order, like this. So changing commands, requests and orders into indirect speech. So in imperative sentences having commands, the reporting verb changed into command, order, tell, allow, request, etc. And the second thing, the imperative mood is changed into the infinitive mood by putting to before the verb. If in the case the negative sentences, in case of the negative sentences, the auxiliary to is dropped. The auxiliary is dropped and to is placed after not. So we can take one example. He said to me, open the window. So he said to me, open the window. So she ordered me to open the window. Then we can take another example. He said to me, don't open the window. So he ordered me not to open the window. He ordered me not to open the window. The captain said to the soldiers, attack the enemy. Though the captain commanded the soldiers to attack the enemy. Okay. The teacher asked the students to listen to him attentively. The teacher said to the students, listen to me attentively. So from indirect to direct I have done. The same way. The master said to the servant, fetch me a glass of water. The master ordered the servant to fetch him a glass of water. Like this, we change from direct to indirect speech in case of imperative sentences. Okay. So based on these imperative sentences, we are going to solve 2 questions. And same thing, I need the answers from my dear students. Okay. So the question is on the board. The man The man said to the children, don't play with fire. The man said to the children, don't play with fire. So the man warned the children not to play with fire. Okay, very good. Another one we can take. My mother said, go to bed at 10 o'clock. My mother said to me, go to bed at 10 o'clock. So my mother instructed me to go to bed at 10 o'clock. Okay. So next, that is exclamation and wishes. Okay. So when we are changing the exclamatory sentences, we have to follow some rules. That is the step 1. That is the reporting verb. The reporting verb said is changed to exclaimed, wished, prayed, like this. And the second one, the exclamatory form is changed into the statement. And the mark of exclamation is replaced by a full stop. The most important thing. There should not be any exclamation mark. At last, we have to put only full stop. And the third thing, the reporting verb is joined with reported speech with that. Means conjunction that we have to use here. As we know, in the question and at the same time in imperative sentences, we have not used that as the conjunction. But in exclamatory sentences, we have to use that. And the next one means all interjections. Means the exclamatory sentences we can form with the help of interjections. So all interjections are omitted and suitable adverbs or other expression or expressive words like we can use. For example, if what, who is there, means we must replace that with surprised, like alas, ah. If it is there, then we can replace the word with sadness, grief, pity, like this. If the sentence has hooray, that is joy, exclaimed with joy or exclaimed with happiness. If bravo is there, then what we can do? We can do there cheered. We can write there approval. So we can replace or we can omit the interjection and we can use there the suitable adverbs. So let us now discuss some examples. Okay, like they said, hooray, we have won the match. So they exclaimed with joy that they had won the match. Okay, she said, alas, he is no more. So here, she exclaimed with sorrow. That he was no more. He said, goodbye friends. Then he bade goodbye to his friends. So based on this, we are going to solve some questions. And I need answers from your side, my dear students. Okay. The first one, he said, what a bitter medicine. It is there on your board. He said, what a bitter medicine. So what will be the answer? He exclaimed with disgust that the medicine was very bitter. He exclaimed with disgust that the medicine was very bitter. So we can take another example. Like he said, what an expensive bike. So he exclaimed with surprise that it was an expensive bike. So it was an expensive bike. Another one we can take. How badly is he burnt? The boy said. How badly he is burnt, the boy said. So the boy exclaimed with shock. That he was badly burnt. He was very badly burnt. So these we have discussed the rules of reported speech. And according to the sentence, the rules are differs. Means when it is a statement, there are the different rules we have to follow. So the rules are different while we are changing direct to indirect speech. If the sentence is a statement, it is an imperative sentence, whether it is a question or it is an exclamatory sentences. I hope, my dear students, you have understood this. Thank you.